When I opened up this bag, I knew this was going to be an amazing restoration. This is Magic, and Magic suffers from floppy neck syndrome and has some of the weariest eyes I've ever seen. But that just tells me that Magic did his job in protecting his best friend Chloe every single night since the day she was born. Let's just say that Magic needed some magic, and that's where I came in. I needed to get him back into tip-top shape for his best friend. I, of course, had to use some magic potions along the way, like my OxyClean, to lift all of that dirt and grime from his poor little body. I massaged it into his delicate fur and waited just the proper amount of time before he was ready for a very important bath. I used my other special potions, Tide, Fel's Naphtha, Borax, and washing soda, and set him inside the warm tub. Watching all of those years of dirt wash away was quite satisfying. And now that he was all clean, it was time for me to get rid of all of that excess water. After I pressed out all of the water, it was time for me to allow him to air dry. And then it was time to piece him all back together to make sure he was perfect for Chloe. Chloe requested that I did not give him new eyes and that I left his neck just a little floppy, so I made sure I used royal plush stuffing to make sure that he was extra cuddly for bedtime. I couldn't believe how sweet Magic looked all fluffed up again. And now it was very important to give him his memories back, and I made sure I took them straight from his heart, because we all know that's where the most important part of us is anyway. After he was mended, it was time for me to look him over completely and make sure he was just right. And then it was time for me to brush the sweet little guy. His fur was quite matted, so it took me a lot of time and a lot of patience. But I knew he could be fluffed up again. After the brushing was complete, I added a few little details, and Magic was ready to go home and be protector of the night once more. Thank you, Chloe, for trusting me with your best friend. I know he'll continue to give you joy. Love you guys. Make sure you come back for part 2.
So this is Stitch. This is my dog's favorite toy. She's had it ever since she was a baby. However, our big dog Brandy, he got a hold of it and he destroyed it. So I'm gonna wash him, fix him up, and give him back to Bowie. First run through, and the water is disgusting. This will take a while. Second run through, he's looking cleaner, but the water is still filthy. So yeah, doing that again. Water's running almost clear. We're going to go, I think, one more time. See if we can get the last bit clear. That applique is bothering me. Check in with Bowie. Would not leave the whole time. Watch the whole process. Yeah, washed him with soap, and it's suddenly a whole bunch more dirt came out, so I washed him through again, and got him another shade cleaner. I think we'll run him through once more. Doing great. More check-ins with Bowie. Here we go. Testing. And approved. He's clean enough. So now for the actual fixing part. So, move to the bedroom. Bowie is ever present. We gotta dry him off. So we're just trying to pat him dry, really. I wrung out most of the water, so yeah. Oof. God, the back of that was a mess. Yeah, this is why the big dog isn't allowed to play with Bowie's toy. This is the only one that he's not allowed to play with. Yeah, that patch, that was causing me trouble. She was very concerned about this. Would not take her eyes off him for a second. Needle. Approval. Check. And here we go. Had to trim off the old stitches so I could so cleanly, because she's had this since she was a very, very small puppy, and she is now 3.5. She's a big girl. So he has been well loved over the years. Yeah, I could not put the needle through this, so I got the leather tips from my felting kit, which are these. And those helped immensely, and I was able to sew the whole patch down pretty neatly. Like, considering what I'm working with, it was pretty good. Now on to the front. And then we got the whole thing all done. Pretty neat, pretty good job, if I say so myself, if it would just focus. Yeah, found a bunch more little holes and giving it to Bowie for the test. Approved! Ta-da!
Welcome back for another night of intellectual stimulation, pivotal career choices, and self-reflection on past mistakes. We're committed to creating a unique and fulfilling work experience. It seems that she is out of power, which should make your service much easier. It's your job to make sure she is structurally stable and secured to the conveyor. You will need to perform the procedure yourself. Great job.
Okay, I just wanted to share the process so far with the lamb. The fur has cleaned up really nice and is almost white now, and I have sewn some replacement hooves that I will be hand sewing on shortly, and I'm also going to work on repainting her eyes.
As any of you know, with dogs, sometimes you have to sew up their favorite toys. This is Carter Bell's favorite pull toy. As you can see, she's waiting patiently. Good girl for waiting, Carter. Good girl. To go swimming with her favorite toy. Look, she's shaking. She can't stand it. Okay, it's almost time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to get this? Are you ready? Okay, it's going out in the water. Are you ready? Go! Go, girl.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know?
You're okay. You're gonna be okay. Shh. You're okay. You're okay. You're alright. I'll never ever leave your side. I will stay and I will fight with you. stay here through the darkest night, all the way.
Time for Horsey to go home. She got fresh, fluffy stuffing, and I curled her tail and mane so she'll be absolutely gorgeous for Alexa. Here she was before and after. Horsey's new velvety texture is not an exact match, but now she can be squeezed and loved without fear of losing more of it. Not all repairs can be seamless, but nothing is ever beyond repair. She's going home with a derby crown of roses, ready to comfort Alexa, who just finished her second year of teaching during probably the hardest 2 years to be a teacher. Thank you, Alexa, and thank you for trusting me with Horsey.